the company sends us or our parents schedules over email. So we could just look and it says, for example, Gabby goes on this day and Jenna is day 5. And so on.
And standby means in the backup. So if anything happens to the person on stage, we go in. So the book and the movie are dark, but this is dark too. But it has songs and dances, which I feel kind of like lighten the feel and make it look happier. But it's still just as dark. Like in the musical, the parents are meaner, the teacher, Miss Trunchbull, is meaner. But it's very different. It has a whole factor of stories in this one that Matilda tells, and different things that change the story a little. So I think it's close, like it has the same main idea, but it's also different. Well, I feel like Matilda is a very inspiration to little kids because it shows them that you need to be powerful and you need to stand up for yourself. And if something's not right, you have to put it right. It's really a powerful message.
I believe that Matilda Wormwood is an exception to the rules.
An exception to the rules.
The show is about a little girl named Matilda who's very brilliant and grows up in kind of a less than ideal family circumstance. So when Matilda comes to school for the first time, I'm her teacher on the first day of school. And so my character sees something special in Matilda and decides she wants to take her under her wing and help her, get out of her circumstance. And Miss Honey herself starts from a really insecure, kind of dark place. She's not very confident. She herself has had a really bad childhood, and so she has never really acknowledged that or dealt with that. And when she meets Matilda, she decides to put her own fears and her own issues aside in order to help this child. So that's my character, and I do feel a lot of similarities between me and the character as far as I see similarities with my sister and my mother and myself. Like it's sort of all of us put together as this character.
I play Miss Trunchbull. Yes, Miss. She is a very unusual woman. She's the headmistress of Cruncham Hall, so she rules the school, and she has a very specific way of running the school. She's very militant. She's very organized, and she doesn't like anyone breaking her rules. And they're hard not to break because she gives very little space for people to move around in that environment. A lot of people wonder why a male actor has been cast in this role, and the creative team decided that they would hire a man because they didn't want Miss Trunchbull to be. She's sort of like the monster under the bed, and the monster under the bed doesn't really have a gender. Be a man or a woman. I think the audience is left to their sort of experience of what this creature-ish / woman / male / whatever you want it to be is. But she's a dark energy, and she represses everybody at the school. She's not a great environment.
If I had to make a food with my powers, I don't know. I would make a lot of chocolate cake.
Yes.
As Bruce eats in the show. And first of all, I love chocolate cake, and I think it would be really fun to do it with my eyes.
Just like see the icing flying, sprinkles. I think if I could make food with my eyes, I'd probably have to say some type of Asian pickles. I love Asian pickles. They're like, you're the in the world. So yeah, I have to say that. I think my favorite food the whole time was chicken strips. So I would love to make some chicken strips because every time I have to like wait for so long. And sometimes if you like touch something wrong, your hand can get burned. So like you do with your eyes, it's like okay, and like 2 seconds. So how much chicken strips?
You guys do great too. Okay. I am not a good cook, so I feel like maybe I could, if I could just make anything with my eyes, that would be an improvement upon what I actually make. But I'm a vegetarian, so maybe if I could make some sort of cool, like, vegan barbecue or something on my
What is a vegan barbecue?
Thank you for asking, Dan. A vegan barbecue would be, a faux meat, like a seitan, perhaps, that's been cooked similarly to the way meat is cooked, with similar spices, etc. So like maybe perhaps a big pulled pork sandwich or something like that.
Well, I'm not a vegetarian, so for those who are not vegetarians, I would make the chicken cordon bleu because it's a layered kind of experience. It takes way too much time. It's messy. So if I could just do it with my eyes, I'd save myself a lot of time, which I think would be good. I like the tasty chicken.
Well, I'm a little nervous for our first show in Rhode Island because you all seem like such a supporting crowd. So I think all my nerves are kind of disappearing now that I'm talking to all of you. But I'm always nervous before every show that I do because I really want it to be the best that I can do. So yeah, when I'm backstage, I do warm-ups and I jump with our guardians and just try to let myself go.
I remember my first performance in my debut. It was in Boston, on the last like 2 or 10 months ago. But I remember that I was super nervous, and the first song in the show, like the very first time that the kids go on stage or anyone goes on stage, is a song called Miracle. And Matilda spends most of Miracle in the wings waiting to go on. So like Gabby said, we jump and have fun and do warm-ups with Guardians. But I remember I was so nervous through warm-ups in the beginning, through everything. And then once half hour hit and I got to my costume, they kind of just started to dissolve, like blow away, because I was confident that I had rehearsed it for 2 months already. I knew what I was doing, so I thought. But I just kind of let it go. And I remember right before Matilda's big solo at the beginning, song and dance number, I had heard from other people that they were so nervous for that, you probably should be too, it's like the biggest number. And I was just like, during that scene right before, I'm just like, I should be nervous for this right now. Why am I not nervous for this right now? And I wasn't, and I think that was the best show I've ever done, because even though I was nervous, I turned those nerves into an excited energy. Now, I've done 108 shows, and I still get a little nervous before every show because, like Gabby said, I want this to be my best show. You never know who's in the audience. You want to make the people in the audience enjoy the show. You want to make the people on stage enjoy the show. You want to do the best for the people around you and for yourself. So I think I get slightly nervous before every show, but I've kind of just learned to let that go. Just be like, you know what, it's going to be a great show. And it'll be awesome. Do this. I was really nervous for my first show ever in Toronto. I remember in the wings, I was like, oh my gosh. So, but I had to take nervous energy I'm having, I have to push it into positive energy so I can make my first show.
I think it's good to be nervous. I think it's healthy to be nervous. I think you're always nervous, but you adjust your body adjusts to it. You stop thinking about it, but I think it's always there. When you first start a show, you're terrified to think, I'm going to be able to pull this off because it's going to follow with me. And then there's you get through that and you move on to I'm going to do the show. And then you forget your lines midway through the run, and then you're nervous about always forgetting your lines. And then something happens on stage, and then you sort of freak out because you think, oh my God, is this going to get back on track? So I think nerves are always a part of performance. It's just always with you. You just have to manage it and figure out how not to let it take over your work.
We have 2 tutors traveling with us on tour, and they communicate back with our school wherever we live, and they send emails. But if you're in a case like me, where I'm unenrolled in school right now because they never really experienced something like this, so they just find online lessons for me and what other 6th graders are doing in my city, and they try to, And in our classroom, in our classroom, our tutors are really, really working hard because everyone has a different grade and different curriculum. So it's like one big schoolroom, but in one tiny office.
It's kind of like how, I'm pretty sure I have my facts right. See, this is one of the tools. I think in the olden days, there would be like this group of maybe 300 people. For us, it's only 12, but there would be like 300 people, all in the same classroom, small classroom, maybe this big, with 300 people in this room, maybe smaller than this, and every person, almost every person, was in a different grade than the next. So that's kind of what we are, except I think it's mostly grade 5 and 6, and then there's above that. But actually, this is our school room right here. So we have the school box with all our school books so that we don't have to travel them around in our suitcases. But yeah. So yeah, we're all in different grades. So the tutors, they work really hard. They're amazing. They help everyone's needs. They're really good.
Okay, so Agatha Trunchbull, she has a very specific look. So she has a wig that's very tight with a bun on the top. So someone comes in and does that. Our wig mistress, Jen Shin, takes care of that. She takes care of all the wigs in the show. She has a team of wig people that are local as well as people who come on the road with us. There's a wig, there's the makeup. So the whole transformation takes about 20 minutes. There's a bodysuit that I put on that sort of adds a bit of weight to my body and changes the shape of it. And there's the costume, and there's of course the wart/moldy type things that I apply to my face to make me look just as glamorous as Miss Trunchbull can look. So it's about 20-25 minutes to get into that. Jen, how long does it take you to get into your beautiful look?
Oh gosh.
Today.
Oh, this morning,
Yeah.
much longer than the Trunchbull transformation. Each individual is very consistent, and everybody in the show, because all the kids rotate throughout the week as well. But there's a general like structure of what each person does in the show, and I talk about it like it's a box that you're in, but you can move all around the box. You know, so each of them gives you something different in each performance. It's not so drastic that you have to adjust your own role that much, but it gives you something different to work with, and you know, they deliver each line just a little bit differently, and so it keeps it, not only keeps it fresh, but it also is nice and refreshing to know that you're not working with, you know, 3 kids that are told to be exactly the same. They are allowed to bring themselves to this role, and it's nice. I mean, we have different moments. All three of them have different moments with me, and I love it like that. You know, we're not forced to have all the exact same moments together. So it's really nice.
I started later than the 2 of them because they started in Canada, and The Matildas is a little different. We learned the choreography all by ourselves. So it's kind of intense when you are with all these people watching you while you do the choreography and you're sweating and you're tired. But yeah, once we got the hang of it and then I got to join the kids, it's just really fun because we all wanted to make it our best performance. And yeah, we're so engaged in it. And the choreography is really great, but it's also a lot. But it's not just dancing. You also have to act it out, feel like you're in the moment. And I just love that about this musical.
Dancing wise, I was actually told in rehearsal that it's not dancing. Well, for most of the time, it's not dancing. It's a story with movement. So instead of being like, like like that kind of thing. Yeah, that kind of thing. The ensemble plays a big role in that. They're amazing. Kids, the adults, they're amazing. They work so hard. We all work very hard to make this amazing. And the dancing, it's like there are certain scenes where we're jumping on desks and hauling mats around and climbing on bookshelves and a lot of climbing. But there's just it's amazing. Like if you see it, you can see how every different character has a different dance track. So in one of the numbers, we're not all doing the same thing. We're not all doing the same count, same movements on the count. Where like each person is doing a different track, which I find really cool. Well, dancing is very, very hard and amazing. I remember it's very active, so you have to sing along to it. So I remember our first rehearsal with our dance. We had to run around while singing, so we could actually sing while we did dance. And that was very hard. So also I remember our dance coach saying we have to be 11 on the dial. Always intention, always sharp. It has to be perfect and amazing, but it's a very different style dance too. And also we learn it by ourselves. Like we don't do it with the other kids. So we learn it by ourselves, and then we go with the kids when we know everything.
In our fun time when we, of course, don't have school in the mornings, I usually go with my mom and we explore the city and we sightsee because we really love to tour everywhere, and it's so exciting to be traveling like this, to learn the different cultures, to eat different foods, and to meet different people. But when I'm feeling not really adventurous or I just want to relax, I go to my hotel room and I read.
I have a ukulele that I bring with me on tour, and I love to sing and write songs. So in my spare time, well, we sightsee and stuff, but like Gabby said, when we're feeling lazy, Chapman's a lot. When we're feeling lazy, normally I go and either read Harry Potter, or play my ukulele and try and write a new song. I also find myself sometimes watching. Usually I adventure out in the city because every week or 2 weeks we're in a different city, which is amazing experience. But if I'm lazy, like Jenna said, we usually stay at home, watch Netflix and that stuff. But I love Harry Potter. As you can see, when she said Harry Potter, I'm very excited. I'm probably obsessed, and also I love bows, so we like to make bows. So we do that. But mostly I read, watch Netflix, and hang out with friends sometimes too. Like the ensemble, if they're like not doing school or rehearsal or in the show, and when we're all out together, it's so fun. Like sometimes go to a restaurant. Last night was amazing because our music teacher our music director we didn't get to see her for a long time because we were on tour. So the parents surprised us and they said put on your blindfolds and we're gonna let you try a drink out. So yeah, it's like a surprise drink. So she's like, okay, take off your blindfolds and take a drink. And then we opened it and like, it's our music director! It was like super crazy. So yeah, we go out, we see the city we're in, or you just stay at home if you're lazy and read Harry Potter over again.
Yeah, similar stuff. I don't read Harry Potter as frequently as they do. But whenever we're in different cities, it's exciting to explore the city. And when we were in Portland, I drove out to a farm animal sanctuary, and you get these opportunities to do things that you never would get to do. And like when we were in Florida, we went to the beach a couple times. We went to Disney World. So, but you have to do all of that in moderation, kind of, because you also have your job at night. So, I typically have one day or maybe 2 days a week where I get really chill and relaxed and try to rest my voice a lot. And I love finding new yoga studios in each city. That's been a really fun adventure. So it's trying to have the balance of fun time, relaxation, and also exercise and the things that you need to do in order to get through each of the week.
Yes.